Now we got Noah Lyles, who's being clowned
Lord have mercy.
for partying in Paris after the closing ceremony of the Olympics, despite being carted off of the field of play in a wheelchair for his last event. And some people are saying, "Yo, this is basically a troll job right here." Noah Lyles is being trolled because he tried to do his Willis Reed impression where he's limping off the court all hurt and beat up because he has a positive COVID, test. And then he, is back partying and having a good time, even though by all appearances it looked like he may have been compromised in terms of his health. And so people are kind of clowning him for this, like, how's bro out here partying days after he was you know, wheeled out of here because it looked, kind of grim for him a little bit. So this says social media reacts to Noah Lyles partying in Paris after COVID diagnosis. Although the Olympics have concluded, Noah Lyles is still facing scrutiny. The U.S. track sensation was spotted enjoying himself in Paris just a few days after testing positive for COVID. However, Noah insists that the situation is being blown out of proportion. The 100-meter gold medalist claims he has been free of the virus since Friday. Lyles was seen at L'Arc or L'Arc. I don't know if there's a fancy Parisian way of saying that. Was seen at L'Arc, Paris, following the closing ceremony on Sunday, just 5 days after his COVID-19 positive test, which he disclosed occurred early Tuesday morning. He appeared to be having a great time in the City of Lights, dancing to a Pop Smoke song while wrapped in an American flag. Nevertheless, some fans on social media criticized the 27-year-old for choosing to go to the club, expressing confusion over how he transitioned from needing a wheelchair on the track just days earlier to dancing at a Paris nightclub on Sunday. So here is the video in question with Noah Lyles doing his thing.
Sure. Ooh.
All right, there's no need to pay the whole thing. You get the point. No need to pay that whole thing. And then here's some people on Twitter commenting. Noah Lyles didn't have COVID when he won the 100-meter, but suddenly did when he lost the 200-meter. Now he's in the club dancing, laughing my ass off. I'm crying. This is American sprinter Noah Lyles. Just a few days ago, he allegedly had COVID and was even taken off in a wheelchair at the Olympics. Talk about a quick recovery. I thought Noah Lyles had COVID. So he's just being
Ooh.
here. As we previously reported, Noah Lyles, the reigning 100-meter Olympic champion, faced an uphill battle in the men's 200-meter final at the Paris 2024 Games. Despite a strong start and smooth bend, Lyles struggled to keep up with Lestile Tobago of Botswana, who surged ahead in the last 50 meters to clinch victory with a time of 19.46. Kenneth Bednarek, Lyles' fellow American teammate, made a sudden push toward the end and secured the silver medal, pushing Lyles into third place. Following the race, the 27-year-old athlete was seen seated in a chair and subsequently taken off the track on a wheeled chair, raising concerns about his physical condition. Shortly after the race, the U.S. track and field team announced that the bronze medalist had competed in the event despite testing positive for the CV. So,
Oh.
get trolled for this. What do you make of this reaction towards Noah Lyles partying in Paris once the Olympics were over, despite being carted off in a wheelchair and the positive test for the CV?
I mean, I agree with the masses right now with confusion, um, disgust, um, humor uh, about this whole matter. Because when I heard that he lost, and I was like, okay, or came in third, and I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And then it was like, oh no, but he's all out on the track. So I was like, ain't no way. So I look at the video, and yeah, man, the guy's laid out all on the track, huffing and puffing. And it was like, oh yeah, oh, he's got COVID. And I was like, what? So my first thing was, okay, I didn't want to deny this man. I didn't want to deny this man his traumas if he's really going through something. because illness is a real thing. But at the same time, I was like, that's hella convenient. But my biggest problem about it was, okay, well, if he tested positive 2 days ago, why in the hell is he out here running against with other people, super spreading? I mean, that whole stadium could have been compromised, and then it would have been the Noah Lyles Olympics. Yeah, bro, it would have been. You know what I'm saying? It would have been COVID Lyles. But now, man, he would have been the Rudy Gobert of it. But to me, this doesn't look well. And I don't know what strand he had. He must have had the Paris version, the one that's just a 24-hour bug. Right? I don't know what kind of strand he was on, but that must have been what happened there. But for him to be caught dancing in a club, I'm scrolling on social media and here he goes. And I'm like, well, either there's one or two things here. Either he's lying and has been lying, or he's super spreading again. In any event, this is bad, I would say, PR for this guy. And so, at least to me, a lot of people are probably not even going to care 3-4 years down the line. But I know one thing I don't want to see is how brave he was later on with some footage. But it's going to be, they're going to play this clip of him laying out like he gave it his all, even while he had COVID. And I was like, okay, y'all going to play the part where he was dancing 2 days later? Or dancing 5 minutes before he fell on the ground? Y'all going to play that too? But they're not. So to me, this whole thing is a little fishy to me. It's a little Noah Lousy. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know what? I'm not surprised that a man that paints his nails does this. So, yeah, man. If you were surprised at that point, then shame on you. But what are your thoughts, man, on Noah Lyles caught partying just a few days after testing positive for the CV?
Yeah, Noah Lyles needs to hit up Paul Pierce. Paul
Oh yeah,
better. Um,
yeah.
Paul Pierce, left on a wheelchair. Everybody thought that he was broken and paralyzed. He comes back into the game in the playoffs, and all of a sudden he's miraculously healed, and the Celtics win the game. Noah Lyles needs to hit up Paul Pierce for best practices on how to most effectively get carted out of the field of play without having to come back and be egg in your face. The only thing that I have to say about this is trolls beget trolls. This is trolling begetting trolling at its finest. I don't think the reaction to anything that Noah Lyles does, much less this particular story, would be as strong as it is if he did not make a name for himself trolling others in their respective field of play. This is coming from somebody who defended Noah Lyles when he tried to draw a distinction between world champion and NBA champion. I was actually one of the people who was on Noah Lyles' side and agreeing with him in that regard. Be that as it may, if you lean into it and continue to troll people with your stance on this, you best believe that at some point in the future, if anything is making you look bad, people are going to be trolling you. So this is trolls begetting trolls, and he's kind of getting his just desserts because, it's a situation where you could have just left it at the way you could have just left it at one comment here or there talking about world champs, non-world champs, and all of these various stances on that you have. But you took every opportunity that you had to speak on it whenever asked the question, and you'd lean into it and you would troll NBA players and various other sports to the point where you had other professional athletes saying, hey, bro, we never came for you, so why are you coming for us? And that's going to feed into the frenzy of other people on the internet coming for you whenever you have egg on your face. So whether he cares or not that he's being made to look embarrassed by this, I don't know the guy. So for all I know, maybe he doesn't care. But in the event that he does care, this is a lesson in how to effectively know how to just let sleeping dogs lie and not lean into your troll job. Because the second that you are made to look embarrassing, it is going to be compounded upon. And at that point, you'll have nobody to blame but yourself.
Yeah, 100, man. This is kind of in that same lane of we were talking about Doja Cat and people started, her fans were getting at her or about her hair. But it's just
Yeah.
like, you got some of these fans through making racial jokes. So why not make them with you? So yeah, man, this guy, for whatever reason, because yeah, when we covered that situation, man, I think I still dunked on him there.
Yeah, you
Because
did.
I think I agree with the premise of it. I agree with the premise of it, but I didn't like his attitude or how he came about with it. I felt as though it was some pent up
He was
weird stuff.
dismissive. He was dismissive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
I
was
think you
very
just got,
dismissive.
it comes off real. I have a problem with uh, the jocks. And it's like, bro, just calm down, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like he got stuffed in a locker kind of thing. It's the cop that's out around here over copping it. So it's just like, yeah, all right, you got something on your shoulder with these basketball players. Apparently, there's some rigmarole going on right now with him and Anthony Edwards, because Anthony Edwards
Yeah,
invited him to a thing, and he was like, "I don't want to go. Who are you?"
yeah,
It's like, what are you doing? So the time that you get a chance to break bread with the NBA and make amends, you know what I'm saying, Olympia to Olympian, you still want to take this weird stance. But again, when we're dealing with this guy, I mean, he expresses himself how he does. One thing that that Wade said about painting his nails, that it was a form of expression. And so he's gotta express himself externally with these nails and barrettes and beads in his hair. So he has something to get off his chest. So go ahead, Mr. Lyles, be brave and paint your nails, bro. I can't stand this stuff, man. Hey, man. But yeah, antics, shenanigans from a shenanigans of a person, if you ask me, man. This guy, he's always up to something. So I felt bad for him while he laid on the track. I was like, because hey, bro, I had that thing. And one thing about it, if I just had ran a 200 while I had that, I'd be on the ground too, wheezing and stuff. So I was like, hey, man, that stuff ain't funny or whatever. But for him to be there 3 days later, I don't know how serious I should have taken that. And so again, for him to be doing stuff like this, nobody else is, and that's the weird part.
yeah,
So yeah, so somebody, oh, don't get on here. No, no. Oh, he's just being him. Man. Nobody else is doing this. And this is, like you said, this is really trolly. So well said, trolls be getting trolls, and yeah, bro. So I'm here to troll. So
yeah. I hear that.
I'm from Mr. Lyles.
Yeah. Everybody's an attention seeker, and that to me is the weird part. Everybody just has to be in attention. Everybody has to engage in attention seeking behavior. Man, woman, young, old, everything in between. It just doesn't seem to matter. The behavior of the day is, how can I parlay anything that might happen to me into an attention seeking opportunity? It doesn't appeal to me. I think it's weird, but hey, man, there's a lot that I think is weird, and there's nothing that I can do about it. But people just engage in attention-seeking behavior, man. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Narcissism has become an acceptable form of behavior in today's world. If you're not being a narcissist, then you are being the weirdo. It's actually weird. I don't know if you knew this, but nowadays it's actually weird to not be a narcissist.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
How about
because
that?
being a narcissist is to be normal nowadays. So when he's doing stuff like this, being carted off the field or the court or the track, he's got to be in a wheelchair. Then he's on his social media doing all of this stuff, dancing. This is just more attention seeking behavior, and I just think it's here to stay, despite how weird I find it to be.
Hey, keep being brave, Noah. Keep being brave, bro.
Oh man.